because you have the same number of lots, you know, it's the same size, but the same number of lots, the same number of businesses, they're all going to be varied, you know, they're all going to have different
Well, a
parking.
hotel would bring a lot more cars, and B&Bs would bring more cars. People aren't going to, you know.
Right, we already allow B&Bs in commercial districts, yeah.
Right, but I mean, they're not
So the
going
question is in
they're
residential.
not going to be using public transportation. That's going to definitely bring cars, but
Right.
are they more cars or less than what already comes over to use the restaurant?
Do you want to ask about truck parking and cars in here or the next section?
Well, I was wondering about asking about some parking here.
What do you want to ask? Does anybody want to add another question about parking? Here?
You know what? Not familiar with what was done before.
Yeah. I think we should just tackle that there. Anybody else agree or do they want to?
You want to go back to?
Does anybody want to add parking into this section?
I go back.
No, it's not. Parking is not my issue, it's traffic is my issue, is my question.
I think we can talk about that under transportation and parking also. Circulation. Yeah. Okay. Anything else on economic development?
The B&B one is going to, the question relates to, are we going to allow B&Bs in residential areas throughout the island, right?
I think we could word it any number of ways. Yeah.
I'd
why
like
not?
to see that.
You'd like to see it?
I would like to
Yeah.
see it worded such that you not only consider B&Bs just the CDC
Okay, so yeah.
throughout.
Yeah, I think it's going to be kind of a couple things in that question.
You had that question in there before. B&Bs are now allowed only in commercial zones in the downtown mixed use by special permit. 2 such houses are active in Jamestown today. Should they be allowed in some or all residential areas? So, and the answer was, you know, like 40% said some, 12% said all, none, 33% said none, then there were 10% who said not sure, and a few who didn't answer. So it's sort of scattered.
Right now, if you said, describe a B&B to all 6 of us, we would all come up with a different definition. Some people envision B&Bs as 5 or 6 room mini hotel, when a B&B can just be 2 rooms. So it can be pretty innocuous presence in a residential neighborhood where you might have one guest 2 nights a week. And it looks like some relative who stopped by. Or it could be something more intensive. You know, East Bay is only 4 rooms.
Right. I think that in general, I think over 6 or 8 rooms, it's not considered a B&B anymore. So we could put, 1 to 6 rooms, just to kind of clarify. Would that help?
Would you want to break it into 1 to 3 rooms and 3 to 6 rooms, or 4 to 6 rooms?
1 to 2, 3 to 4. 1 to 2, 3 to 4. Our new zoning doesn't allow more than 5.
Right. Or we should say 3 to 5.
And that goes the same for hotels. Is it 10 rooms? Less than 50 rooms?
I don't think that we specify in our ordinance number of rooms.
Right, but that means, when you say hotel, people think of Marriott, because,
Uh-huh.
but a hotel.
We don't really clarify, and I'll probably say that in the,
Yeah.
this is how we define hotels in our zoning ordinance.
What's
It
trending?
doesn't specify the number of rooms, or it does.
Boutique hotels,
Right.
right? 5 to 10, when that was happening, it was 5 rooms.
Okay. In any event, they're still hotels. But
Maybe we'd want to change our zoning for, hotel 3 and hotel 3.
Jamestown, I'm aware of hotel.
yeah. Okay. Okay. Anything else need to clarify? It's about 20 minutes till 9. We're only about halfway through. We should probably step it up. We actually vote at the end of this. Housing.
I'd like to have the multifamily question be changed to give different scenarios or different choices, and to ask in your neighborhood, and maybe they should specify their neighborhoods, or just in CD, in CL, or R20, whatever, what kind of multifamily housing would help your neighbors or help people stay in town?
We will know where they are and what district they're in by their address. We're going to have that.
One thing we're not asking here is, do you think we should have more affordable housing
Okay, just a basic question.
And your meeting had to be little A, right?
I never understood the difference between little a and big A.
Big A is what we're required to provide, and little A is what we'd like to provide.
And big A is regulated by the state, it's gonna be 30 years, I think it is. You have to have a covenant that you're not gonna change it, and you're gonna keep it affordable by the definition of.
I think affordable housing to me is what the working poor can afford.
That's, in general, it's the little A affordable housing, but you have to have 10% big A by regulation set aside for 30 years. And that's a state law that we have to work towards that big A regulated affordable housing. You're right, 100% right, affordable housing in general is stuff that the average worker below can afford to live in.
The working poor.
But
People
also
that have to make choices between housing and health insurance and food
Yeah.
and transportation.
And they would be eligible for, there are eligibility criteria for big A affordable, capital A affordable, because they, but that may not meet all the definition of your saying. I mean, that problem is, we're mandated by law
I know.
to.
And what I want to know is, does the average Jamestowner care?
I think I can come up with a good question on that. I do.
In the little
And even though,
affordable-
in other words, if we're mandated by law, and the average Jamestowner doesn't care, then we're kind of shoveling.
Well, I think what the average Jamestowner does care more about, and it doesn't necessarily fall into, it's not always helped by large A, is, people who work like in the fire department, or people who are in the schools, or people who work in support services in Jamestown but can't afford to live here, or people whose sons and daughters have to move off the island, or whatever. That's little a. Those are the people that.
Not necessarily.
Not
Yeah.
always, no, but that's not necessarily helped by the large A.
It
So-
could be, absolutely.
It could be, but I thought that one of the reasons we were even having a small a was to try and make it more possible.
I think really the question is, does the respondent feel that there's a responsibility on the town's part to provide affordable housing other than what is mandated by the state?
That's
To
pretty much what I
enable.
was looking for, yeah.
Yeah, it's an enabling question. right?
Yes. Do you feel a responsibility as a community? Yeah.
Is there a way of asking about what times would be helpful in different neighborhoods?
Well, then it goes into the rest of it after that.
What?
The other questions address that, don't they?
No. No, I'm thinking in terms of, for instance, something Duncan brought up, a larger home in a certain area, and the resident will have to sell because it's gotten too expensive, but if they could subdivide it, they would be able to stay, long-term family home.
Right, be specific, how would you translate that into a question? Please.
What kinds of affordable housing would you support? And then choices, apartments, subdividing a large house into apartments or into units. Apartment buildings, new apartment buildings in converted old buildings. So a lot of it could be new versus converting older buildings.
So I have single-family duplex, multi-family rehab, reuse.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's another question. Okay, is everybody else clear under housing? And we hit all the points.
That whole business of 30 years is also complicated.
It is.
Because a lot of people don't understand, big A requires the 30-year.
I think we'll have to do some explanation there, absolutely.
But there is the option for the town to provide tax credits or some other kind of incentive to somebody who